All right. Tuesday with
Tuesday.
my father.
Here's my son, the joke of the day. No, dad joke of the day master.
Mm-hmm.
You got a joke for us today?
Yep. And the joke is, so my neighbor gave me a roof for free. He said
Your neighbor gave you a roof for free?
it was on the house.
Let's spin. Oh, wait, that's not going to work. Good one, Connor. Again, you came through like a champ. 2, come on. Okay.
Okay, I'm holding
Are
something.
you ready for school today? Hey, tell all the people out there in Traderland, is this your last week of school?
No, when it becomes June 1st, it will, I think, if June 1st is a Monday.
Okay, so a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Okay.
So,
Good one.
But yeah, summer breaks start on the weekend of June 7th.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Tuesday morning, May 21st. We're getting our trade on. So today's trade, I was talking yesterday about doing these in a smaller account to show how these can also be done in a small account. So I thought, why not just take one of my small accounts right now and I'll just place one today. We don't have to do it every day, but I think it would be cool to show like occasionally how I would trade these in a small account, like live. So we're going to do our regular paper trades, and then we're going to do a live money trade for a small account. The small account version, you can see how I would manage that so we don't trigger that PDT rule. So let's get them on. Let's do the papers first. So let's go to the at the money. Today's the 21st. So 0DT options. We'll come down here to at the money, and let's just lay these out. So we'll do the calls. We'll say analyze by trade, butterfly. Oh, there goes the mailman. Okay, so there's that. Come on, Thinkorswim. What's going on? Okay, so the first one's a 5-pointer. Right there in the center, we're trading at 53.03 right now. So let's see what we got going on. 53.03, that's the 5-pointer. I'm going to lock that in. And then I'm going to say analyze trade to duplicate it. And then I'm going to stretch these wings out by 5 points. So this will be a 10-pointer. Yeah. Okay. There's that. That's a 10-pointer. I'm going to say analyze trade. And we'll take this one we'll stretch these wings out another 5 points. Take this to 220. So this is the 15-pointer. So this would be the live trade we'll do. But we also monitor it in paper. Okay, so then let's say analyze trade. And this one will be a 20-pointer. 20 points. We'll lock that in. And then we'll say analyze trade again. This one will be, let's see, that was a 20, so this will be a 25-pointer. Okay, we'll lock that in. That's 25 points. I'll say analyze trade to duplicate that again. This will be 30. A 30 wide. Lock that price in. And then we'll do one more. Analyze trade. This will be the 40 wide. So we got to go 10 points here now. Let's see. Is that right? Yeah. So there's the 40 wide. So I'll lock that in. And then we'll go back to the 15. So this will be the live money trade. And this will be done in such a way where it's PDT friendly. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So PDT rule says you can't open and close the same position in one day. I forget exactly, but I think it's 3 days out of 5. So one thing you could do is you could just skip a day every week. You could just do one on, check it out with your broker and make sure. But you could say, like, you could do one trade on Monday, you could skip Tuesday, open and close. That's what I mean. Like, so on Monday, open and close a position like we normally do. Skip Tuesday, do Wednesday. Skip Thursday and do Friday. And then I think by Monday, you'll see how many day trades you have left. Like Thinkorswim shows how many day trades you have left. It keeps track of it for you, so you don't want to exceed that. I think it's like 3. You can't have more than 3 in a 5-day window or something like that. But there's also another way, which we'll do today, and that is just it's doing a box on it. So let's get this trade out there first of all. So this is the 15 pointer. So we've moved up to 5307. I hate putting these on when it's between numbers. I mean, it probably doesn't matter, but to me, because of my OCD, I like to get it really close to like a strike before putting it on. So I'm going to give it just a second here. And it's favoring the 510. It's closer to the 510 than the 5.5. So maybe we'll shift everything up by 5 points. Like so. Give it another second here. I mean, I don't want to wait around for too long, but ideally I'd like to place it when we're at the center. And again, it probably doesn't matter really, but it's just sort of a thing, a problem. I'm seeing a therapist about which strike to use. Let's compare these two. So let's say analyze trade. So let's go back to where we were. Let's go back by 5 points. I'll just compare the two risk graphs together. Oh, look at that price. $6. That's the most expensive I've ever seen one of these things so far in our test. Okay, so there's this one for $6. We're tilted to the downside. And then there's this one where we're tilted to the upside. It's $5.35. It's a lot cheaper. Should we just do the cheaper one? And these are, yeah, these are calls, so that's correct. Okay, so now we're starting to make a move, it looks like. Are we? No, we're still at the same, 508. 5308. I'll give it just a second here. So while I'm waiting for my OCD requirement of getting it closer to a strike, oh God, let's talk about how we're going to do this trade. So this trade, usually we put this trade on, we put the order off right about now, and then we wait. It's like when winners come in, they come in about 30 minutes to an hour, and then when they hit the profit target, I just set a automatic profit taking order, which is just to take that trade off. So I place the trade, I buy it to open, then I set a profit target to sell it to close at the profit target. And if it hits the stop loss, which I've been using between one times profit target and 2 times profit target, I take it off for a loss, whatever hits first. And again, I'm just opening this position and then closing this position. So that's considered one day trade by the authorities. So to bypass that, what we can do is we can open the trade like we always do, the butterfly, like this. And let me take a look at these two again real quick. I'm going to give it a second still. So to bypass that PDT rule thing, we do the same way. We open it the same way. We open to buy. And then what we're going to do is to close, we're going to say analyze opposite order. And we're going to make these, so these are calls. We're opening calls, a call butterfly. To close it, we're just going to change the calls to puts. And that will create a box. So here's the trade. As we open it, we're buying a call butterfly, and then we'll set the profit target to close it when profit target hits whatever number we need to hit our $50. But instead of closing the call, we're going to leave this butterfly on all day and let it expire. But we're going to place this opposite order on the put side. The exact same trade on the put side. We're going to sell it, which will create a box, like a flat line. I'll just flatten everything out at whatever profit or loss we do it at. So, and then we'll just let both of those expire worthless. So we're not closing the same position. What we're doing is we're opening this position, and we're opening this position. So we have two opens, but we don't have an open and a close. Does that make sense? So we'll wind up with two butterflies on for the rest of the day that will expire at settlement. So that'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be like a total of 8 options sitting in our account all the way through the day once we place that box. And you'll see it as we do it here. Okay, so let's get this on. Let's stop farting around. Connor?
Yeah?
No farting around. Okay, so let's do it. Let's go with this one. It's more expensive, but I just can't help myself. I'm feeling like things are going to move up. Yeah, we're pretty up on that. I don't want to be that on that far of the slope. I don't like that either, though. Well, let's do it. Okay, so we're trading at 53.08. We're still at 53.08. I'm going to give it just a few minutes here. So I'm going to pause just for a second. I'm going to go get some water, and I'll be back like in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, here I am back, and we're still at 53.08. It just loves that 53.08 number right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go with the more expensive one, which I don't like, but I just like the way that it's sitting on the graph better than this. I hate to try to be directional because I'm always wrong, but I feel like it's going to be going up a little bit from here, at least a little bit. And so I'd rather be on the top of this pink curve or a little bit below the top rather than down the slope already. But, you know, I'm full of indecision. Let's see here with this side. I mean, this probably really isn't, but in my head right now, I'm thinking this could be a make or break moment. Which side of the slope to start on? Well, let's find out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put this on at $6. Here we go. God help us. Let's see. It's saying 6. 5.95. Oh, there's 6. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so we're hanging out at 6. There it goes. So it went on at 6. So let's lock that sucker in. So we're going to say we went with this one. Went with this one. So there's our position. And let's go ahead and set our automatic exit order right now. So our private target's $50 on this. So I'm going to turn this on, and then I'm going to click this number up until I get I see what I need to sell this at to get my $50. There's 70. I guess I can just do some simple math. I suck at math, though. Oh, I didn't lock that in. You got to lock that in, man. We got in at 6, so that means 650 should give us $50. Yeah. Okay. So then say, oh shit. Here we go. I chose the wrong side, guys. It's tanking. We may have to just get out. No, we're not too bad a shape yet. So right now it's trading at 53.06. I would have loved to have gotten in at that point. So let's look at this order again. So if we set this automatic exit order to get out at 650, and again, this is the opposite trade. So we're putting on a call butterfly and we're selling the exact butterfly, but on the put side to close it. And that helps us avoid the PDT rule, the pattern day trading rule. So we're not opening and closing any trades today. We're just opening and opening two trades, but they cancel each other out. So let's go ahead and set this profit target. So I'm going to say create duplicate order, 650. Let's set that out there. Okay, there it is working. To sell at 650, we got in at 6. Okay, so 6. And we'll uncheck that to monitor it. Oh, Thinkorswim's acting a little, showing some of its bad habits again. It's kind of lag. I should probably restart this. Okay, so there's our current position, and we're off and running. And tomorrow there's a great guy I know named Rob, swell man. He has some ideas for putting on for testing these butterflies using standard deviations rather than strike widths, because it makes it more dynamic, like when things change, which I think is a great idea. So I'll start that tomorrow. I'll include 2 additional tests based on the standard deviations. Like we'll put one on at a half standard deviation and then one at a full standard deviation, and we'll add that to our stack, our testing stack. So that's a cool concept, and I like it. I just want to make sure I understand what he's thinking for rules and all that before we jump in there. But that'll be cool to check out. So that's it. All right, I'll be back shortly. If I don't get hit profit target wise, we're up $2. Hey, here, do you guys know what this is from? I want my $2. $2. I want my $2.
Johnny's
$2 cash.
That's for all you 80s people out there. One of my favorite movies. Okay, anyway, so I'll be back shortly, and we'll check in and see where we're at. Okay, here we are. It's Tuesday, 8:51 a.m. California time. And boy, talk about a fiasco. So let's back up here. I just got off the phone with Schwab, which used to be Thinkorswim, because I ran into an issue here, which I'll explain real quick. So here, let's deal with our live trade first. So here's the live trade we placed. This is the butterfly, and we put this on, and we were looking for a win. No, so this is the smaller account. So the goal with today's trade was to put this on and take it off in a way that's PDT friendly, pattern day trading friendly, which means like if you have a smaller account, if you have under $25,000 in your account, I think you can't. I think it's 25,000. You can't open and close positions in the same day, or you can, but you're limited to like only doing that 3 times, like in a 5-day period. So we want to take this trade off without triggering that rule. So how I've always done it in the past, before the big transition last weekend, was I would put the trade on like this. So we put a call butterfly on, and then what we would do is to close it, we would just sell the exact same butterfly, but on the put side, and it would lock everything up. It would flatten everything out like so. Oh yeah, we want to sell this. It would flatten everything else like this. So this would be, it's just boxing it off. It's just locking in the profit, but I'm not closing. Because these are calls that we opened with, and these are puts that we closed with. Oh, that's not right. Come on, Dan. Here we go. Okay, so since these are calls that we opened the position with, and then we closed it by just selling the exact same butterfly, but on the put side, it boxes it off, it flattens everything out, and we're not triggering any PDT rule because we're not opening and closing the same position in the same day. We're opening this initial position and we're closing this initial position because they're puts and calls. So that's how we get around the PDT rule. And it's worked like butter, as my friend Steely would say. I've been doing it without any issues at all. So today we get in here and the gods were with us today, the trading gods, because we were at the point where we were down like $60. So I was going to close it out for the loss of like around $60, our 1 times profit target approximately. So it was going to be a loser. So I set up the trade. I set up this one, the put to flatten everything out and close it. But Thinkorswim rejected it, which I've never seen happen before. I've never been rejected. I mean, this is a trade I've done tons of times. So I was all crap. I mean, and so meanwhile, the position is moving more against me and I'm getting rejected. And then I'm trying to find my phone so I can get ready to call Thinkorswim, and I can't find it because my son, the joke meister, the dad joke guy, he was playing on it before he went to school, and I couldn't find it. So I had to like run around and try to find that. Anyway, so I just said, forget it. Let me just try to get out of this piece by piece. So rather than close the butterfly down, sell the butterfly to close the entire thing, I said, okay, well, fine. I guess I'll just piecemeal out of it. So I'll do it in 2 verticals. I'll take this vertical off on the put side, sell the reverse order, but on the put side, so it's not 2 transactions. So I'll do the put side and then I'll do the call side. So I put the first one on, which was this, and that went fine. Okay, cool. I'm in business, I think. And then I try to do the other side, and I start getting rejected. I mean, like, I've never seen these get rejected before. So I'm all, oh crap, now what? So I said, okay, well, instead of doing verticals, to get this other side off here, this side, let's piecemeal out of that. I'll just do singles to get out of it. I'll just do it real quick and hopefully there won't be too much slippage. So I do this one. I get the first one off. Fine. And then I go to do the other one and that gets rejected. What the heck, man? So finally I find the phone. I get on Thinkorswim and I talk to them and they're saying that, I'm not sure if he knows what he was saying. But anyway, I said, I need to get out of this. And he goes, well, it looks like, I'm looking at it now, and it looks like you should be able to get that vertical that you were in, that you tried, and it got rejected now. So I said, oh, really? Okay. So I did that. So I got out of that, which gave us this position. So now we just have that one additional long put. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, the SPX reverses and starts going down, like in my favor. I had that last put on, so I took that off, flatlined out, and we wound up with a profit of $210. Yahoo! Total luck. I mean, because what if it kept going? This is just kind of, I guess these are just like wrinkles and kinks that Schwab is working out. But I told them, like, I've never had trouble with doing this before. I don't know what the deal is, but like, I can't, like, how do I know? Because, I mean, once you're in the trade, it's too late to really, I mean, it took me like 10 to 15 minutes to get out of this. And what if the thing kept running against me? So I just need to verify that this actually, like, I should be able to sell this butterfly to get out of the whole thing. I've done it tons of times when it was Thinkorswim. I just had the same issue this last week after it changed to Schwab, last week, early in the week, and then today. So anyway, things worked out for me, luckily. So rather than making $50 profit on this one, we made $210. And again, total luck. The gods were with us. But as my Uncle Ed used to say, I'll effing take it. So there's where we are with our money trade. Today was supposed to be a lesson how to manage these trades to bypass the PDT rule. And it was supposed to go smooth as butter. But this was not a good lesson. And it wasn't because the concept's wrong. And it wasn't because I did anything wrong either. It's just for some reason it rejected these orders. It kept rejecting them, which I don't know what that's all about. But before I try that again, I need to make sure that it's actually working correctly. So anyway, so that's where we are with our real money trade. Our real money trade is up $210. We locked everything in, so that's where we'll wind up for that one on the day. Let's check out these other trades that we have on. So here's the 5. Here's the 5 wide. Come on, baby. Move. Oh. This is ridiculous. Okay, so here is the 5 wide. We're just outside the tent, but we're up $5. Here is the 10 wide. We're inside the tent, and we're up 7, let's say $10. Here's the 15. Is this the 15? Yeah, it's the 15. Yeah. So this one's inside the tent, up 50-ish bucks. Here's our 20. Our 20 is up $70. And these aren't real trades. These are all paper trades, just different widths. I'm just, this project that I'm doing here, I'm just continuing to paper trade these different widths and kind of compare them together and just take notes and all that to try to hone in on what looks like, if one may stand out like far better than another width-wise and in regards to settlement, hitting profit target and all that. So this one is the, I guess this is 25. Let's see, 15. Yeah, so this is 25 up $100. This one is the 30 wide, 20. Yeah, the 30 wide, 148 profit. And then the last one is the 40 wide, and that's 142 profit at this point. So anyway, so that's this one. We lucked out. Thank you, Trading Gods. And we'll check back at, it's 9:05 now, so we'll just check back at the mid-morning update at 10:30 and see where everything lies. All right, see you soon. Okay, here it is, 10:30, and this is our mid-morning update. Let's just go through these paper butterflies and see where we're at. So here is the 5-point wide. We're just inside the tent, and we're up 10-ish bucks, $10. And here's this one. This is the 10-point wide. This is, we're up 48 bucks on this, 48, 40, 50. The 15-point wide is 123 up. This is the, what is this? The 20? Yeah, the 20-point wide's up 170. Here's the 25, up 213. And here is, this is the what? This is the 30, right? 75, 85, 90. Yeah, so this is the 30. 30 wide, we're up 270. And then the last one is the 40 wide. The 40 wide is up 286. 280. Let's say 280. And then let's just look at the real money trade we had on. Had we not closed it, we wound up closing it, but look at it now. It's, whoa, it's sweet. Right in the middle. 167 bucks. Had we just put it on and done nothing up to this point, but we did do something, and actually we lucked out. The gods were with us on this one, and the trading gods, and we wound up with like 200 and something. Let's see what we wound up with. We wound up with a profit of 210. Just luck. Thank you, luck. But had we done nothing on this trade, just left it on, right now it would be right in the center at 160. Okay, so that's it for this one. I'll see you in a couple hours at the final last looks, settlement, and we'll see where everything settles in at. I'll see you then. Okay, here we go. It's end of trading day, May 21st. The market just closed, so let's take a look at our positions and see how fast I can knock this out today. So let's start off with our real live money position. So today I traded in a smaller account, thinking I'd be all clever and fancy by showing how to trade these with a small account, like so we don't ding that pattern day trading rule, that PDT rule, which says you can't open and close a position on the same day for more than 3 out of 5 days or something similar to that. Basically, they don't want you to open and close positions, the same position, on the same day. So in a smaller account, there's a way to avoid that, and I've done it for a while. I've never had any issues until that weekend when TOS transitioned over to Schwab. I tried to do one of those last week, and I got these order rejections that didn't make any sense. I mean, they were totally valid trades, but for whatever reason, it was rejecting it. So I just kind of, I worked my way out of it. I forget how I did that one. But today, same thing. So I put this trade on. It was our butterfly. Let me find it here. This is our real money butterfly. And here was the actual trade. Now it's expiration now, so the market's closed, so it's not going to make much sense. But basically the plan was if it hits profit target, I would just reverse this trade, except change the calls to puts. So I would sell a 295, 310, 53.25 put butterfly, and it would flatten everything out. It's boxing it off. I've done that a lot, and it should work fine. But for whatever reason, when I attempted to do that, so we were in the trade, and we were coming down, we were getting to a loss because the market was moving up. We were down, probably it was bouncing around pretty big, but it was like between $50 and $70. So I was just going to pull the trigger. So I said I just sent in my order to close it, and it was rejected. It just made that weird ping sound, and it wouldn't take it. It said something about illegal shares. I don't know what that means. But anyway, then I started to freak out, saying, oh, great, this again? Because what if the market kept moving against me? You know, my $50 to $75 stop loss could be growing while I'm trying to figure out why these orders are being rejected. And I couldn't find my phone because my son, Connor, he had it this morning playing some games, and it was lost. I couldn't find it. I was looking all over the house for it. Anyway, so I thought, well, if I can't get out as a butterfly, let me just break the butterfly into two pieces. So I'll do vertical spreads. So I got out of this one, and it worked. I got out of one vertical spread, but of course, as soon as I get out of that vertical spread, I'm really super delta negative. You know, I'm directional now. I don't want to be directional. So I immediately attempted to do the other vertical, the other side of that, this one, and it rejected that. It started pinging, saying illegal shares or something. So I was all, what? So then I said, well, let's just break that vertical apart. I'll just do it in two pieces. So I bought one of the legs, which gave me this position, even more negative delta, and that went fine. So I had one leg left. I'm all, okay, let's do that. And it pinged. It wouldn't take it. It was set as a legal share. So I had one position on. So I basically had like a long put on with the market moving against me. But luckily, by the grace of God, the market had turned around a bit. It was heading the other way. So it was moving down, or it was moving favorable to my position at that point. So I finally found my phone, talked to support, and support said, that's weird. And then I think he did something on his end, and he said, okay, you should be able to get out of that previous order that was rejected, that vertical spread that I was trying to get out of, that pinged at me and said it was illegal. So I think that he might have released something. He did something so that it could work now. I mean, he saw that they were rejected. He said, now try it now. So I did that. I tried it, and it worked. But then at this point, I had an extra put on because I was trying to piece it off, piece by piece, one by one here. So I had to run in there really quick, and I had to do the last one, which was this, sell out of that put. So now I'm totally flatlined. And check this out. By luck alone, we wound up making 210. So we made up like 4 times more than we would have made at my profit target of 50. But, I mean, that wasn't skill or good investing or good trading or anything. That was just like the luck of the draw. So I guess the lesson is I was trying to show how to take these trades off in a PDT account by just creating a box out of the trade. And that's correct. That should work. It's worked for me a ton of times. Just make sure that the software that you're using will actually do it. I think that there's something on their end or something. I don't know what it is. I've never seen these. They ping out and they just say rejected. Totally valid trades. So I wouldn't do it on Thinkorswim until you can confirm that the software will allow you to do it. It should, technically. I mean, it's done it when it was Thinkorswim, but for some reason the system wasn't allowing it. So before you try this method, be sure to confirm that that's actually working. So that's our live money trade for today. Wound up with a profit of 210. But we were trying to get out at that point with a loss of 50 to 75. It was a bounce around 50 to 75 when I was attempting to get out. And here are all the actual fills. You can see them all. So this is the butterfly we opened with. This is me freaking out and starting to piecemeal my way out with a vertical. And then it wouldn't let me do the other vertical, so I went single. And let me do one single but not the other. Then I called them and they did something. They hit the button. I don't know what they did. But then I was able to close the other side of that vertical. And then I just had one left open at that point. I just closed that out. So those are the real trades, the real fills right there. So That's that. Now let's go to the paper trades real quick and look at all these. So here's the 5 point. Oh, look at that. Here's the 5 point butterfly. And this one would have hit max loss to the upside of $65. Then let's look at the 10. 10 point minus 318, so maximum loss on that one. Let's look at the 15 point. Maximum loss on the 15 point. And these are all just looking at these trades as if we put them on in the morning and then let them run all the way through the day. Didn't make any adjustments, did nothing. Just put them on and walked away. How would they have settled out where the market closed? So that's just what this look is. These aren't real trades. These are test trades. So this one would have hit the maximum loss of 550. So that was the 15 wide. This is the 20 wide. The 20 wide, it wouldn't have hit the max loss, but would have lost, and it would have settled on this leg here. So we would have lost 558 on that one. That was I think that was the 20. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the 25. The 25 we would have lost. It wouldn't have been a max loss. It would have settled on this leg, but underwater. So this one would have been a loss of 469. Okay, there's that. And then this is the, what is this, the 30? 30 pointer would have been a loss, but not a max loss. The loss on this would have been 423. And then the last one is this, the 40 wide. This is the 40 wide, right? Yeah. Okay, so this one would have been a loss too, and not a max loss. The max loss would have been 27.65. So it would have settled here on this leg, on the upper end of this leg, but still underwater, and it would have been a loss of 403. So that's that. And then I had a really a cool test trade going on today with my new 2.0, my 0DTE 2.0 strategy, which I'm working out all the kinks on and finessing. And there was a really cool, it was a good day. I didn't make any money, but I didn't lose any money. But the fact, I'll show you in a second. I'll pull up the risk graph and stuff. The ability for me to get out of a losing trade and come back to break even or even additional profit is real. It's alive and living, and it's a really cool concept, and it's a really cool technique and trade. But let's do the Excel sheet first, and then I'll go over to that. Okay, here's our Excel sheet. So let's do today. I'll just copy and paste all this. Today's May 21. Let's see. So with this one, this is going to be a weird one because so this one, these would have been losers. So let's put in loser. So these are all losers during the morning session. They all hit the stop loss. At the middle of day, they were all profitable. So they were all winners. And then at the end of the day, they were all losses. And so let's figure out the risk on each one of those real quick. Let's go back to the 5 wide. So the 5 wide, the risk was 65. $65 and $260. 65 and 260. 65, 260. You know, I started watching last night. Breaking Bad. It's been years since I've seen that, but that's one of my favorite shows. That's such a great show. I don't know why I brought that up, but any other Breaking Bad fans out there? Okay, so 260 was the 10 wide. Let's see what the next one is. 15 wide. This was a loss of 550. 550, and the next one is, so 550 and 565. 550. Okay. Let's look at the next one real quick. So this one is 58. Oh, I'm sorry. 476. 476. 476 and 416. 476 and 423. 476 and 423. And then the last one, the 40-pointer. Let's put in, this is the 40-pointer, right? Yeah, so this was a loss of 403. Minus 403. Okay, so there's those. And then, so these first three, the loss, we're going to look at the losses now. So the first three were the max, so we can say that for the first three. And then go to the 20 wide. So it's the 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 wide was a loss of 558. Okay, 25 wide was a loss of 483. 30 wide was a loss of 416. 416. And then the last one, the 40 wide. Oh, wait. That's the 30 wide. So the 40 wide was 403 as well. Is that right? Oh. This is 403. That's weird. $423. $423 and then 403. Okay, so there we go. There's our paper monies. And then let's do our live trade. The risk on our live trade was 600, I believe. Yeah, 600. So let's say minus 600. That's the risk. The win was 210. But I'm going to make a note because it shouldn't have been. If everything worked properly. But, you know, I'm thinking if the foot was on, I'll make a note saying this should have been a loss and kind of explain what happened so that I'll remember. Okay, so here it is. Here's where we wound up. This was a win of 210. So I'm going to say win 210. But that was pure luck. And so I'll make a note over here saying like what happened. I'll say, just so I remember, was trying to get out at say 50 to 75 loss. But so I need to take that into account when I'm adding all these together and doing another deep dive. So let's just put that in yellow. And then so we won 210. So oh man, that was a long one. I don't even remember what time I got out. Let's just say it was 3 hours. I think it was 2.5, but let's say 3 hours on that. And then let's see what that return is. I'm just kind of curious to see what kind of a return that is. So if we had 600, we had a profit of 210 and divided by the risk 600. That's a 35% return. So I may never ever get that again, so I'm going to put it in here. Try to impress everybody. Is that 35? Yeah, 35%. Okay, but you know, we need to take this into account. This was supposed to be a $50 to $75 loss. We just got lucky. All right, so that's it for this one. Now let's switch over real quick to today's 0DTE 2.0 trade that I was testing. I was just doing a one contract trade on this today, and let me pull that up real quick. Okay, so here's the risk graph on that trade. So this is the credit spread 0DTE 2.0 strategy. So compared with the first one, this would have been a day where I would have taken a $50. Well, let's just say I was doing one contract, which I was. This was a live money trade, testing it. But in the past, with the 1.0 version, this would have been a trade where I would have taken my stop loss. And if that's 2 times, that would be $100 loss. If it's 1 times, that would be like $50 loss. So I would have hit that today in the old version. The new version, which has the new fandangled kung fu karate moves and a bunch of cool adjustments and whatnot, I was able to take that, what should have been a loss or what would have been a loss with the old version, and wind up at the day with this trade. This was the final stage of the trade. And what this is showing is that this break-even line here, this blue line down here, that's the worst it can get. That's the most at risk at the end of the day. And that's at exactly 0-0. And so this trade, which would have been a loser with the old version, was a break even where it wound up with no risk whatsoever in this trade at that point. It's like zeroed out. We can't make any money. We won't make any money all the way through here. But in that last hour of the day, this was done. This came up about an hour, with an hour left or so. If there was a move down during that last hour, we could have made up here, it's $500. So, and then if it just landed in here anywhere, we could make anywhere from 0 up to $500. So isn't that cool? And that's just like one of the tweaks. There's like numerous adjustments, and they're all really pretty simple. It's just a way of wiggling out of problem trades and doing a series of really simple kung fu moves. So anyway, this is kind of a teaser of the 0DTE 2.0. This is just one of the tricks that we can use to get out of trouble or get out of a problem trade. So that's just a real quick teaser, which now leads me to today's Name That Tune of the day, where I play a little tiny clip of music from the 70s or 80s. And then if you can recognize what it is, and you put it in the comments and you're the first one to do it, get it right, you and I will hook up and I'll show you this trade, how to put it on, like how it works, how to manage it and all that, because I want to get your feedback on it and see if you can shoot holes in it or see if there's things I'm missing on it. I'm just kind of like getting to the final stages of finessing this out, and I just want to get some other eyes on it. So I just came up with this crazy idea this last week. How am I going to choose? Let's just choose. Let's start off by choosing, let's play this game. Name That Tune, where I play a little snippet of music, and whoever guesses it right first gets the first dibs at the 2.0 trade. So let's take a look real quick at what we had going on yesterday. Now, in yesterday's video, I tried to play the clip that was from the previous day, but man, YouTube shot me down. They slapped me. They gave me a bitch slap. They blocked it. They blocked it all over the whole world, it said. So I'm going to show you what it was. I'm not going to play that one, but I'll show you what it was, and so you can see it. And I'll leave a link to these too. I'll leave a link to these songs like in the descriptions, kind of build out a playlist, and you can like see what they sound like and all that. So here's, so this is the one right here. This is the one that...
The scientists at Harvard have discovered that men over 40 who don't fail in bed do a 15-second boner-boosting hack before going to bed.
Oh man, I'm their target market. I got to get me some of that. Okay, so I'm going to have to take the music out, but it's this one. It's Donald Fagen, and it's IGY. And I'll leave a link to this in the description. This is a great song. That was day 1. Day 2 was yesterday, and somebody got it. I'm amazed. But this is one of my favorite songs. This is Nick Drake, 72, and I'm just going to hold this up for here a second. I'm going to try to play this and see if I can get it in there. If YouTube will allow it, I'll play a little clip from it. But if not, I may just have to cut that part out like I did yesterday. So, but this is Nick Drake from The Morning, 1972, I believe. This is one of my favorite songs. Have you guys seen that there's a documentary Robert Downey Jr. did about his dad? I think it's called Senior. I think it's on Netflix. And this song was in it, and I love this song. I think this song is great. So I'm going to try to play a little clip of it here. I think that's a great song. That's one of my favorites. And this whole story of Nick Drake is really kind of interesting and sad. If you're interested in Nick Drake or tragedies, look it up. Look up what happened to Nick Drake. Okay, so then there's today. So today I'm going to take this off the screen. I'm going to play today's clip. It'll be a little short clip. So far we're 2 for 2. Someone's gotten each of them so far. So let's see if we can keep this streak running And let me play a clip from this. So I'm going to play a really, really short clip. If you can guess what this song is, give me the name of the song and the artist. Put it in the comments below, and the first one who gets it right will be the winner. So here we go. Take a listen. Okay, that's it. Can you get it? If you know what that is, put the name of the song and the artist in the comment section, and first one who gets it right will hook up. We'll party on Zoom. All right, so that's it for today. If you'd like to follow along with me on all my trades, just make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Just click on that subscribe button, and also join me on my website. Go over to my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Head on over there, sign up for my free email newsletter, and when you sign up, you'll get a welcome sent out to you right away. Just reply back to that welcome email, and I'll see it, and we'll go from there. All right, that's it for today. See you tomorrow.